Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, Conan. What is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women. And today we have another installment in the Joe Revisit series with the 1982 film Conan the Barbarian. This one's a personal favorite of mine. Out of all the Arnold movies that I've seen, this is the one that I've probably seen the most, just because I've watched this multiple times since I was a little kid. It's one that, if it's on, I will watch it. Doesn't matter what's going on. Doesn't matter if I catch the middle of it. I will watch it 100%. It just has this great story, and it's Arnold's first big breakout role, and I just love it. It also has a great supporting cast, which we'll get into a little bit more. But yeah, I kind of just want to get into this one because it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I know I'm going to enjoy doing this. But as always, please remember to blank. Channel's doing really well. Still need to catch up on watch hours, but that will come with time. Other than that, I have a Blue Sky social account, so feel free to give me a follow over there. Really enjoying my time over there. Trying to use it as personal social media account, but also channel account too. So there's some interesting stuff. I follow some interesting people over there. If you haven't made an account, I highly recommend it. And if you do, give me a follow over there. Not going to prolong this too much. With that, let's just get right to the movie. Starts off things with a Nietzsche quote.
Between the time when the oceans drank Atlantis and the rise of the sons of Arius, there was an age undreamed of. Let me tell you of the days of
High adventure. It's perfect. The soundtrack is killer too.
In their rage, the gods forgot the secret of steel and left it on the battlefield. And we who found it are just men. Not gods, not giants.
Just men.
Just men. No one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
It's such a cool starter scene. Father bestowing his wisdom upon his son. Then it leads up into the raid. It's too late. Again, the costumes are just so cool. A very young Sven Thorson. James Earl Jones, the legend. She gets hypnotized by his eyes. Hesitates. That's a villain right there. Look at that shot. That image is burned into his memory, even after all he goes through.
This was a tale of sorrow.
The Wheel of Pain. If I had to guess, I would say that young Conan, when he first gets captured, is probably like 8 or 9. And the Conan that we see when the story starts for us is probably around 20, 21 maybe. He goes from being a slave to being a gladiator. It's insane, right? Because he's never actually been in a fight, I don't think. This is his first actual time being in a fight, and it's to the death. This first fight is just him trying to survive, right? But then he kind of gets a taste for it.
He did not care anymore. Life and death, the same. But always there remained the discipline of steel. This is good.
The cons.
Conan, what is best in life?
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
That is good. That is good.
Such a great line.
Go, you're free.
This is so cool how he stumbles into this place after getting chased by wolves, only to find, the ancient king with his Atlantean sword. Beautifully preserved. Yep, it's now a completely different story. Look at all the wolf pelts he's got on him.
I have not eaten for days.
Subutai.
Let me die not in hunger, but in combat.
Everybody needs a friend in life.
But I seldom pray to him. He doesn't listen.
What good is he then?
And he will ask me, what is the riddle of steel? If I don't know it, he will cast me out of Valhalla and laugh at me. That's Crum. Strong on his mountain.
I love how Conan prays to a god he knows doesn't listen, so he's effectively an atheist. Man, these shots here are just so fucking cool. Oliver Stone is just amazing.
How about two snakes coming together over a black sun?
The only snakes I know of are those of Set and those cursed towers.
The Order of Set.
Every city. It is said that they are deceivers. They murder people in the night.
Sandal Bergman.
You are not a guard.
Neither are you.
Thieves.
For a lot of young boys, that was the first crush right there. Meeting Valeria by happenstance. They both want to rob the same place.
Do you want to live forever?
Do you want to live forever? The standard. Yep. The practical effects on the snake are pretty damn good. It's a puppet, but it's a pretty good one. Brutal. Clever escape.
Do you want to live forever?
Max von Sydow.
These are the thieves you have requested, sire.
I salute you. My own daughter has fallen under this Thulsa-Doom's spell. Steal my daughter back. When the jewels cease to sparkle, when the gold loses its luster, and all that is left is a father's love for his child.
It's a damn good line. The mounds. This is such a cool set.
You summon demons, wizard?
Yes! I would summon a demon more ferocious than all in hell!
Makoto Iwamatsu. He just goes by Mako, but he's really good. He's the voice of Aku from Samurai Jack. Great actor.
Fire won't burn there. No fire at all.
No!
Yeah, this is where he messes up. He's not supposed to have that.
Infidel!
my house, stole my property, murdered my servants and my pets. And that is what grieves me the most.
You killed my mother. You killed my father. You killed my people. You took my father's sword. Ha! The riddle of steel.
Yes. You know what it is, don't you, boy? Steel isn't strong, boy. Flesh is stronger than the rocks. That beautiful girl.
Come to me, my child.
That is strength, boy. That is power. Contemplate this on the tree of woe.
Buzzard's just waiting for their meal. I love this where he plays dead just so he can do this to it. I love this part. He thinks he's seeing things.
Do the gods owe you any favors?
There are dangers. The spirit of this place extract a heavy toll.
Then I will pay them.
It's a bit of a dated effect, but I still actually really enjoy it.
They're gone.
All the gods, they cannot sever us. If I were dead and you still fighting for life, I'd come back from the darkness. Back from the pit of hell.
She means it literally. Regaining his strength. Such an iconic scene.
Only the girl. We killed Thulsa Doom another day. Conan.
A lot of meaning is conveyed right here. He thinks only of revenge right now. Again, just really cool set pieces. Another really cool shot. I like it. It starts with a change of the eyes, and then the full-on transformation, which is actually pretty cool for its time. Getting right to it. Nice.
Now they will know why they are afraid of the dark. Now they will learn why they fear the night.
That's a great line.
Seek.
Man, the snake turned into an arrow. Really cool, also really sick. Ugh. Hate to see it every time.
Breathe my last breath into your mouth. Keep me warm.
Fire won't burn up there. No fire at all.
It will for her.
Why do you cry?
He is Conan, Samarian. He won't cry, so I cry for him.
He will kill you! He has seen your fires! He will come for me, and when he does, he will kill you!
So many cool little booby traps and setups they have planned for them. I love this shot too. As you see the enemy coming over the horizon, and he slowly moves. It's so good.
I've never prayed you before. I have no tongue for it. All that matters is that two stood against many. That's what's important. Grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then to hell with you.
The Battle of the Mounds. Big ass warhammer.
That's how I do it. I did it with my spear.
I love this part. That looks so good. She said she'd come back.
Do you want to live forever?
She looks so cool in her Valkyrie armor. It's so good. That's so iconic. Subutai comes in clutch here. That's his father's sword. After this, he sharpens it down and uses it as a dagger from here on out. I love the ritual where he pays tribute. Such a great shot.
Day of doom is here. You hold my light. Burn you the way to paradise!
What will your world be without me, my son?
One last attempt at his sorcerer's tricks. It's fitting that he does this with his father's sword. That's one way to end a cult. I love this part where they all just, one by one, throw the flame into the water. His spell is broken on them.
In time, he became a king by his own hand.
Okay. Took some time just to gather my thoughts, so that was Conan the Barbarian. Excellent revisit. Like I said, this is probably my favorite Arnold movie of all time, and close second would probably be Terminator 2, but this one for me, just because as a kid, this is the thing I watched the most. I think this is the first Arnold movie I ever saw, and I was just like hooked instantly. So you have this great, simplistic but primal story. So many great elements. The cinematography is amazing. There's so many like standalone shots that are super iconic. And Oliver Stone just deserves a ton of credit because this film stands the test of time. It's a simple story, but how it was done is why people still watch this movie and still enjoy it. They tried to do a remake and it was terrible. Don't ever watch that. It's a god-awful movie. Everything that made this movie great, it just didn't understand it, and it don't ever watch it. It's a huge waste of time. Arnold is amazing in this. His first big, breakout role. But also it has just a really good supporting cast. Sandel Bergman as Valeria. My first movie crush when I was a kid. She's so beautiful. But she also just gives a great performance, like super energetic. Delivers some great lines. Do you want to live forever? And just this cool character. And yeah, like it's a shame to see her go, but even death can't stop her. Like, she comes back as a Valkyrie, and it's awesome to see her in her like sparkling armor there, saving Conan's life one last time. Jerry Lopez, who played Subutai, the idea that everyone in life needs a friend, and even Conan does, and he's a great character too. He has so many cool moments. He saves Conan's life a bunch of times, kind of takes him under his wing, teaches him how to be a thief. Conan is like this idealized, warrior, right? But even he needs a friend, and he wouldn't have gotten near as far as he did without Subutai and Valeria by his side for as long as they were. Makoto Iwamatsu, who goes by Mako, he's also the voice of Aku, but he plays the wizard, again, friend of Conan, needed him. Literally the only reason he comes back to life is because of his friends. Also an excellent performance as King Osric by Max von Sydow. Just delivered some really, really great lines. Honestly, arguably the best performance of the entire film. Thulsa Doom portrayed by James Earl Jones. Just an iconic performance. He has so many great lines. Establishes really early like how good of a villain he is, just because of his ability to manipulate. There's the awesome scene where he decapitates Conan's mother. The interrogation scene after he's caught at the temple and he's talking about the riddle of steel and flesh is stronger, and he has that girl like jump to him to prove the point. Also, one of the lines that I always just loved is, "Now they will understand why they are afraid of the dark." And then gives that epic speech at the end of the film where he's talking about burning it all away to prepare for the time of doom. Just a great cult leader idea, executed perfectly, flawlessly by him. I just love the primal tone that this movie sets. It starts off with a quote from Nietzsche. "What doesn't kill you will only make you stronger." It's like if someone took that quote and made a movie from it. It's kind of what's happening here. There are so many great moments and standalone scenes, so many great lines, so many amazing visuals that just stand the test of time. Even a lot of the practical work, which, again, it appears dated, but I still enjoy it, and I kind of like it better than a lot of the CGI you see now in films. Even though it's obvious what you're seeing isn't real, it's still visually better than, over glamorized CGI that just doesn't blend well with reality anymore. And it has a much more charming effect that makes you forgive, the mistake of it a little bit more. One of my favorite scenes, the Battle of the Mounds. Leads off with the epic speech, which I did at the beginning of the video, but yeah, just really, really cool. So many great moments, like where the traps get set off. My favorite one is where Rexar takes, that it's like an elephant tusk right to the chest. And the effects on that are still really, really good. And I love that part. I love the intervention when he's fighting at the end by Valeria. That part's always super cool to see. The moment when he first gets his revenge and he, pays tribute by crossing his arms and raising the swords. That's always super cool to see. And that shot is so iconic. But yeah, I think the reason that this movie stands the test of time is because it plays on these primal ideas very well. It sort of just cuts right to the heart of the issue in a way that a lot of films don't. And I think that's why I enjoy it so much. It's not messing around, right? It's a simple story, but the way it goes about telling it is why it stands the test of time. If you're someone that's always enjoyed this movie, this may be an odd request, but I think you should give Primal a shot. It's a TV show, really a cartoon. It kind of plays on these same basic ideas, mostly man against beast and, man against the world. It's by Gendy Tartakovsky. He's also the guy who made Samurai Jack, but it's just this great self-contained story. And yeah, like I feel like if you're someone that enjoys this film, Conan the Barbarian, you're probably going to enjoy that too, because it just has a lot of the same themes and ideas. I also really like how this movie has a sort of atheistic tone. Conan prays to Crom, right? He seldom does it because he doesn't listen. And even at the end there, like right before the Battle of the Mounds, when he prays to Crom to grant him revenge, he says at the end, "If you do not listen, then to hell with you." Even though he believes in God, he knows he's not really listening to him, and he has to do it on his own. And also, the film starts out with a quote from Nietzsche, very famous atheist. Kind of an aside, but something that I always enjoyed. I don't have a ton else to say about it, just because it really just stands on its own. But yeah, this was a fantastic revisit. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.